Hi, I'm here today for a very special reason. I want to, first of all, let you know that one of my mentors, my treasured mentors, Emilie Conrad, passed recently. And she's someone that I'll miss immensely. And I just wanted to give really an acknowledgement, to say a little something about who she's been for me, and also, how her way of embodying life has so fed me personally, and also fed my practice on so many levels. I mean, this painting behind is a perfect example of the texture and the color and the resonance that Emilie stood for. How do we as teachers, how do we have someone in our lives who feeds us in ways that is so deep, that's so resonant, that there's a way that my understanding of myself went outside of the borders of myself. And that's something I'm deeply grateful to Emilie for, where I gained a greater awareness of how easy it is to be held in a cultural anatomy, how easy it is, whether that's politically, spiritually, within a practice or a discipline. It's easy to be in a Pilates culture that is, it must be this way. How do we get caught in cultural anatomies? And Emilie really brought that to life. She had me be so aware of where I get caught, and how I can let myself release, and how I can let go, and rediscover fluid resonance, and how it's ongoing. It's not something you do and then, it's human. It's part of our humanity. How to discover that the more that I embody space along with form, that form and formlessness are resonant. How to discover the space outside of myself, to really discover inside, outside, up, down, to discover my wholeness. So you'll see, and I'm going to share a practice that I filmed actually a couple of years ago to share with teachers. It's just an example of a continuum practice that I do that's just a deeply nourishing, and how I'm grateful every day to how Emilie has fanned the flames of my passion, and who I can be for people in my life, for what we're doing together. So the practice I'm going to share with you is, Emilie would say it was actually enhancing the blood in the bone marrow. How do we feed the bone marrow, the resonance and the nourishment of the bone marrow? And so you'll notice that my hands are going to be like amplifiers, and I'll be going along my sternum in this practice. I'll be making sounds using a variety of breaths. One is the Jacques breath, which is zzz, and that has more of a sense of, you'll if you play with it and put your fingers on like your sternum, zzz, you'll see how it feeds the vibration of the bone, how bone reforms itself. And puffed O's, and that has a beautiful resonance with really opening our whole perceptual field. And then the pedal breath. The pedal breath is another that I'll do initially, which is a really open the mouth, forming the mouth and opening upper upper lips really feed the upper cervicals, lower lip really feeds the lower cervicals, and how that feeds the whole body. It's like another form of craniosacral therapy. You know, how do we resonantly, how do we feed our fluid resonance? And then you'll see how the form, as I'm moving, well, first of all, as I move through this practice, you'll see there's a moment where there's open attention. I'll say a little more about this as I'm setting up the practice in the next tape. But after open attention, what you'll notice is I'm not moving myself. I'm being moved. I'm literally following my body's deep intelligence in relationship to gravity and space. It's just happening. And you'll notice how interesting it is to not move from muscle, to really allow the resonant field of your body to move you, and it feeds your muscles on very deep levels, your whole body. So this is an exquisite practice, and all I can say is that I'm just so grateful. I'm so deeply grateful for mentors who have fed me on such a deep level. And I'm deeply grateful to Emilie. I love her. I'm grateful. Thank you. And if you want to read a great book, Emilie's book, Life on Land. It's exquisite. It's just fabulous. So that's how my Pilates practice is fed. It's fed by having practices from incredible mentors, and how that brings me to Pilates from a place of resonance, a place of embodiment, so that I look at the roll-up, or I look at another exercise, the teaser. I don't look at it as just a shape to hit, strike a shape, but rather how is the river of fluid resonance within my body, how is that relating to the gravitational field, and how does that take me into a particular form of teaser for that day. Every moment is new, every moment is different. Very different than this is what I know, this is what I have to do, and I have to only do it this way. So just always know that Emilie, Bonnie, what I've discovered is that we can either have an open system with the body, or we have a closed system. And the closed system is not self-regulating, it's not self-nourishing, it's compressed. An open system has that fluid ability to change and shape. So, enjoy the next practice. I'd love to hear from you. What's your experience with what you're doing? Thank you.